us being able to bring in resources, namely larger ones, and how we do that together in contracts and all that. And I'll also be an organizational one, so twice a week soon coming up.
Great, good job, Josh.
You want to talk for a second, Tiana?
Sure. Aloha, my name is Tiana. I'm out here in Maui. I'm a light worker and a holistic healer. I do a lot of different things though in my life, and I've been with ASC for a couple months now. Still learning. I'm ready to get focused on that. I've kind of learned where we're at, who we are, what we're doing, all that good stuff, and the systems. I'm just ready to get focused.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So
Yeah, let's just
it's nice.
Thank you, Tiana. Just do a round in the room. What's up, Keegan? How you doing?
Hello, I'm Keegan.
What's up, Keith?
Just woke up. I'm enjoying being here at the Circle of Children and getting onto the writing team for the ASC, and that links right into what we're doing here. So it's great.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yo, I'm Prism. I'm just got to Circle of Children, and I'm learning more about what's going on here and how I might be able to apply my skills in education to the movement.
Awesome. Good to meet you, man.
Thank you. That's the thing.
Just really quick who you are and anybody's going.
Hello, I'm Doran.
What's up, D?
Hey, Doran Dash here. Just the Source Network. Just excited to apply media and social media marketing, virality, for everything we're doing, onboarding everybody through our shows, and spreading the good word of everything we're doing.
Yeah. And then we have Soulfire back here. You want to pop up for a second?
Yeah. Aloha. I'm Sunflower.
Hi, Sunflower.
Yeah. I'm at Circle of Children, clearly, and I am exploring being an ambassador and checking out the Equality Coin and diving deeper.
Yeah.
Yeah, good to have you.
Cool. So, just gonna dive right into it. We're gonna have two parts to this training. The first is just general overall recap for our newer people here, and then I'm gonna do an emphasis on sales training because there's an amazing little window we have right here that I'll get into in a moment.
Yep.
So overall, big picture is that we are the Earth Nation. We are a movement of so many different organizations, like of more than 40 different world-changing organizations, from the Ubuntu movement to like the Conscious Media Coalition, Collective Evolution, One Community Global. All of our partners are listed on the main page of our website, and we are literally the biggest world-changing conglomerate in the Western Hemisphere of planet Earth. A lot of us have been working for decades to build out new systems that are better than non-consensual governance and the corporate democratic fucking tyranny that runs the planet. And a huge step in this direction is this currency we just launched. This currency is actually a whole lot more than a currency. It's an economic system of different interlinked currencies that are designed to get us off the fucking blood and money war dollars and get us into a currency system that actually values and awards the betterment of our planet. So the way our currency works is that by being here, we're all vote holders in a new kind of democratic state called the Earth Nation. And we get to decide where we distribute our currency. Now, it's different than the old model. In the old model, not even our own government actually prints and issues money. Some private industry, corporate banks actually get to decide how much money is printed and then where that initial money goes. And in our system, we as a people vote on where we want our money to go. And we use our money to fund nonprofits that are bettering the world. We fund eco-communities that provide regenerative, sustainable services. We fund cooperative businesses that are recreating all the government level products and services in an ethical, sustainable, decentralized way. And then we also fund other DAOs. Is that what? So we also fund other DAOs that are building government level services. And the end goal of this entire movement is to create planetarily available alternatives that are ethical, sustainable, centralized for every single corporate and government product and service. So we'll be giving everyone an option. You can be like, okay, all right, you can go get everything you need from the old system, and you can support blood and war and tyranny, or you can get every single thing you want and need from the new system, and you can support a planet that provides for human life unconditionally. And what we're going towards here is a basic living income for every human, where housing, education, basic technology, electricity, and everything someone needs to thrive is just freely given to them and to everyone. And the way we're doing that is we're using our economic weight to purchase our planet back. And then the way that works is a little more complicated. And this isn't, I'm not doing an economics course here, but that's a whole nother lesson of training into how it literally works. But as ambassadors, it's important that we kind of cut off there, because the way the economics works is just beyond most people. Like, ask people, do you understand how the current economic system works? No, so you're not going to understand the new one, and that's okay. There's a little bit of trust there that it is working, it is there, it is functioning. If you want to take a couple weeks or months and learn it, you can. There are people who understand it, and you don't need to.
And I can explain it later on the call too.
Right, and we will. We'll do calls just on our economic system for those that are interested. And we have trainings available as well. I have a DAO course that goes into sacred economics that talks about how basically our system is almost exactly the same as this one. There's just a couple of things that have been changed that really put the power back into the power of the people, as opposed to the power of the rich conglomerates that fucking own the world as it is currently. So that's the big why. And for ways for people to play, right? We basically, I mean, like, what we want people to do is to, first they subscribe. That's their first step. We want them on our email list. We want them watching our accounts. Then they become a member. They go through our join experience, which is like a type form, and then they integrate into our chat rooms, and then they're like talking. They're integrated into our global community of hundreds and hundreds of people. And then we want them to join a team and become a vote holder. To be a vote holder, you have to play. So you can invest money to become a vote holder. You can automatically share our media 3 times a week to be a vote holder. That is honestly the easiest way to be a vote holder. But if you don't want to do that, that's fine. You don't have to. You can be a technician. You can be an ambassador. You can join us as your own organization. So we allow organizations to join our collective, and then we fund them, and we sponsor them, and we give them land access, and we give them access to our freelancers. That's another way major way is you can work for 4 keys as a freelancer in our system. And then what's more is, if you want to go above and beyond, just being the bare minimum to be a vote holder, we actually have a living, thriving basic income that's available right now. We're paying out either $100 or $200 a month on top of 30 to 100 keys an hour when you work with us. So we basically want people to play. We want them to talk about us and read us and do whatever they love to do with us within our organizational system.
Yay!
Yeah, buddy. Pump it up.
And then we also want people to buy our keys because we need money. And so that is a big focus we're doing right now, because we have hundreds of members. We have hundreds of thousands of viewers already. We got tons of those, and we don't have proportionately very much money. Talking about money, we move hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. But right now, we actually just went to 0, and with our new partnership, we're going to have about $10,000 in our coffers. But we want more than that. So here's the deal. We're partnering with Equality Coin. We're turning sovereign keys into equality keys, and this partnership is going to back our currency with several $100,000 worth of value. Immediately, as soon as we close this partnership, our currency is going to double in value. So everyone who buys a key right now, you're looking at 100% guaranteed double your investment in like a couple of years. So we're just like, there's this hot scramble going on right now where we really want to encourage people to like put a K down, 2K, 3K, 5K down, and in 2 weeks that's guaranteed to double. A note on that, by the way, that we need to share with people is that for a period of time, investors who buy in this round, they're only going to be able to sell 25% of their currency right away. So if someone gives us $1,000, they get 1,000 keys. They can sell those keys for $500 in 2 weeks when they come. But they need to hold on to the rest of them until like we decide we're ready. And basically, by the time we haven't gone public yet. This is a non-public currency. And when we go public, we will release all of the keys. But for now, what we do is we're reserving between 75 and 90% of the currency in accounts that people aren't allowed to sell from. But you can still use your currency to hire our freelancers or to go to eco communities or to buy our products and our services. So all of your keys are usable inside of our system, but we're putting a cap on how many keys you can sell for dollars in your exchange to keep the value of our currency high. Does anyone have any questions on that?
Yeah. So if we're going to be focusing on investors, right, they're going to be looking for a return on investment, right? Even though when I try to sell cryptocurrency, I never talk about it being an investment because it's simply a transfer of one currency to another currency that is appreciating in value. That's how I describe it. As a sales, pitch, you always describe it like this. Would you rather trade your fiat currency that's actually going down in purchasing power for another currency that's actually appreciating in purchasing power? And that's kind of a no-brainer because an investment makes it seem like there's a risk involved of loss. And with us, we are the vault holders. We are the ones that are deciding when to increase the price of our coin, right? Our keys.
That's right.
And so we kind of have the insider's track, and we can kind of use that to our advantage and say, hey, I'm a vault holder. I get to decide, and I'm going to be able to tell you exactly when our currency is going to double. That's my approach that I'm going to be focusing on. But the question I had is, if we're targeting these investors, and you're saying that if someone comes in right now and gives us $1,000 in, what'd you say, 1 month, when it doubles, they're only allowed to withdraw and sell 25%?
Right, for another couple months.
And then what is the time frame after that they can sell more?
Let's say within 3 months. We'll need to throw a vote on it, but it'll be 3 months or less. And then in that time too, it's going to go up in value again.
Again, exactly. So that's what we need to figure out. Okay, so but from the time right now until it doubles, when it doubles, you can only sell 25%. Then the next time it doubles, you can sell another 25% or whatever.
From $2 to $3, and let people open it up and sell another 25% of it.
Perfect. That sounds like a good little, like carrot feeding you along the way, gaining access back to your money that you originally invested, so that you are what investors call playing with the house's money, right? So you get to a point where you've already got your initial back, and now you have all this extra cryptocurrency for free.
Pretty much.
I think it depends on how much you're bringing in cash too, right? And resources, correct? Cash specifically, if they're going to be able to turn stuff into cash, there has to be cash in. So we have to make deals and do the stuff for it to work.
Right. So investors are getting can liquidate 25%. Everyone else can only liquidate 10% right now. And we'll do that in 10% increments. So when we go to $3, we'll allow our members to liquidate up to 20%. And then by the time after we've gone public with our ICO, you'll be able to liquidate 100% of it. Also at that time, we're planning for the currency to be at least $7.
Exactly. I mean, guys, when you think about it, it's a no-brainer. Why would you want to liquidate any coins right now if you don't need it?
Right.
Because we are all sitting here knowing that our plan is to have 7 times our money in 6 months. So I want to raise as much money in keys myself personally as possible. I mean, right?
Yeah.
And I want to say there's also the option, guys, of uh, buying resources. Like we can put votes on mansions and yachts and community centers and things that we can utilize like this. You could even, put
That's right.
a lease on this space if they were open to it. But in this case, we don't know about that. But so
Right,
one of
so-
the big sales pieces is people that have real estate that's just sitting there, nothing's happening with it. Those are our key target people, and that could be $100,000 value in one sale, and they're not doing anything with it. They get to lease it. I would suggest a 3-month test. A 3-month lease is very safe for them. If they want to commit to a 6-month, that's better for us. We get time to establish there, and
Okay, so let's say that we're involving a piece of real estate, right? So we're in a sense acting as a mortgage now on a piece of property. Are we going to be putting ourselves on title so that we have access to that asset in case it, sells or?
you could, but the fact is, most people are. That's a really hard sale. It's nice to start with a lease, and then this is part of where people get to spend their money. And I'm sure a lot of people in the group are going to want to go there and set up a headquarters. So you might even request a 6 months or a year lease. And if you're trying to sell it, there's 2 problems with that. One is you're giving them like $100,000 or 55 or 50,000, half the value in cryptocurrency. And that leaves them with a lot of spending power, and that leaves a lot of people having to do a lot of work. And
Actually, yeah, that's right. Because us giving out the currency, we're not really risking anything, right, Dakota?
That's correct.
So we don't have to have a hook in these people on their properties, essentially.
Right.
Because if we were loaning out actual cash, or if I was loaning out my cash, I would want to have a hook in these people that they were going to pay me back. But since we're giving them keys,
Right. The way the lease would work, it's like, maybe they have $1 million property, but we lease it for 3 months and we give them like 30 or 50,000 equality keys. We don't give them 1 million keys unless they actually sign over the property to us. And that's a whole nother thing we could be open to. But basically, we approve these things on a case-by-case basis. Every vote holder votes on it. The other thing is businesses can offer a product or service. And a certain amount of it too, not unlimited, but say, okay, we'll give you guys vouchers for $10,000 worth of our service or $10,000 worth of our product. And then we issue them our keys for that. And then the other cool thing is landowners and business owners, we have 2 companies that are already in our network that offer business and land development services. We've got like website development, advertising, marketing, graphic design, branding, logo, like everything a business could want. They can immediately buy that in our network with keys. So it's actually like a really good synergy point for all businesses out there. And then landowners, same shit. We've got a land development crew that'll grow food forests or build natural buildings or even commercial buildings in exchange for using the property. Yeah. And that's just like, man, such an instant win for everyone involved.
Especially us, because I just the light bulb just went off on my head. This is like printing money to buy assets.
That's it.
You're literally,
we're
literally giving credits to people that don't come out of our pocket other than, a company, and we're grabbing their assets to use as the financial backing for our currency. And that's huge.
And every person who joins, the ecosystem grows. Now, when a new business comes in, they give us $20,000 worth of vouchers. Now, everyone else who has the currency can access that product or service.
Wow.
It's like the snowball grows and it gets more complete. And eventually, we're going to have every single thing you could ever want purchasable with keys. No one's going to fucking want dollars anymore. And we'll have one of the most valuable currencies on the planet, I believe.
Exactly.
Yeah, for sure.
What's up, Brandon?
Hey.
But the other thing is with these, say this property right here, say that they did do the lease option and all of a sudden they've got, say, 300,000 keys or something. And now they could actually build a multi-million, billion-dollar business off of our with that currency.
That's right.
They could hire us.
Yeah.
So we would be really excited to be right here and scale out their multi-million, billion-dollar business.
That's it.
Really, they can also bring our core groups to their property and they'll see that we're
Yeah.
holding these million to billion dollar blueprints, and they'll want to get a share in our businesses. And then that starts to really get fun. So we want owners of land that are as entrepreneurial minded as ourselves, that would want to bring us in there, do the lease option, and then we can share with them our blueprints and our projects, and they can actually get some ownership shares in each of our businesses and help project manage them with us. And then you're talking about the next millionaire, billionaire landowner that was just sitting on a property. So it's like,
Yeah, a lot of people like that.
you know, I mean, come on.
So much win.
Yeah, and since we know the keys are going to go up 7 times, we know that our initial investors are going to be real safe because they can essentially dump those shares on the open market and get their money back real quick and be sitting on a ton more money. So this is huge. Yeah.
Woo! Any other questions?
I would just say keep a focus on bigger accounts. Like, we have a month to launch or whatever. And if we can reach the $300,000 mark, that really makes a difference. So, like we're saying, communities are the best thing if they're utilizable and buildable. If they're not utilizable, it's kind of like we're paying someone money and they get to have us work for them, and they pull all our distraction and focus over towards them, and we have a piece of land that's not even usable. And so it's not a good.
So speaking into that for a
trade-off.
moment, the AIC has had a little over $30 million worth of property given to it, and they've signed on to this. So we actually already have probably more properties than we can develop right now. That's like already here with us. We're really looking for more liquid cash. We need more dollars because we can't even send it's $100 to send people. I mean, it would be $100,000 for us to go down to Ecuador for plane tickets. So it's great, we have $30 million worth of property given to us. But we don't have enough money for plane tickets. So we're really looking to close some cash sales.
Or like a CEO that's just awakened, that is the hottest CEO that we could bring with us, pay him some keys, bring him over to Ecuador, and they can help actually launch and scale out. Because we are CEOs here running this center, but we want to start activating Ecuador, activating the other properties in this way. So we have these different operations running. So that's interesting too. Every CEO,
Hey, Dakota.
I just want to say this new city that's near Las Vegas that's being scaled out, this huge city operation, they're buying up cities. They hired the former CEO of an airline company. And so it's that type of targeting these individuals and just headhunting them and activating these projects and properties and whatnot.
And so also just talking about a people that we know, people that don't have a lot of money, I found $30 to be a good ask. It's a very minor, everyone can put up $30. People that don't have a tiny amount, $100 is a good ask. Anyone who invests into anything, $1,000 is a good minimum. And the currency is gonna double in between 2 to 4 weeks from now. So that's the amount of time, and people can get in right now. And we're really just encouraging our ambassadors to reach out to your friends. Get a handful of people in at 30, a handful in 100, or 1 or 2 at 1,000, and we'll be rolling. Right until we make this jump, 35% of any sales you bring in go towards your basic income if you keep playing with us. So you can't just take the money and run away with it. We'll pay you up to $1,000 a month if you need to also have rent paid for, or it's $400 a month if you're living in one of our communities. So say you sell $1,000 worth of keys, we take $350, and then that's your basic income. Say you sold 10,000 keys, we take $3,500, and then we give it to you $400 a month every month for as long as you're still playing with us. Way.
Say that one more time. The 3,500, you were breaking up a little bit. You get how much per month
So
on the 30?
it would be $400 if you don't pay rent, but if you're a rent payer, we can do up to another $500. So it'd be $900 a month as your basic income.
Okay, so 3,500, 900 a month. Okay, got it.
And then when we switch over to this new agreement, we double in price. The commission's going to go down to 20%. So we just have this really sweet, really hot window right now to do some sales and do ourselves some abundance.
I'm going to suggest a webinar, not it already paid, that whoever would like to lead the sales call, that would be a really catchy, hot tagline, you know, that we put out through social media, draw in everybody to like this really focused, it's going to double in this amount of time, boom, boom, bam, and then we can all share it through our networks. Then we get 100, 1,000 people on that webinar, whatever the amount, and we can present, you know, and then start to like get into little, you know, groups. And
Well,
like
we could
start
webinar to
signing deals.
Facebook Live.
We can. What's that?
Oh, you're talking about doing like a Zoom webinar kind
Yeah,
of thing?
Zoom into Facebook Live.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Use a landing page.
Saturday.
Let's build a landing page. We can even make this a private group. This is like the, you know, like a Bitcoin cryptocurrency, like get wealthy sort of group where we have these sales individuals in there that have some Bitcoin cryptocurrency knowledge that can like, we can then have a regular webinar where we educate people to the currency and this opportunity, and it's a tight window.
Let's
And
do
get
one.
in
Let's
now.
do that this Saturday.
This Saturday. I can schedule it right now.
Wham.
So Saturday, what time?
Okay.
11 a.m.
7, 11 a.m. Oh, show?
We might like replace it with that.
Place
Yeah.
it, like add part of it. Let's just use it as part of the show.
Yes.
Promote it for a while.
Yeah.
That might be a really good thing every week. You get your most experienced person talking about this, and everyone just has to bring individuals to a webinar. That's a lot easier, especially for somebody just learning the ropes.
Absolutely.
See the organization grow.
Cool. Yeah. We can totally do this for the next couple weeks.
All right, let's do it. Have you followed up with Franco and his friend? Because they have up to like at least $1 million that they want to throw into cryptocurrency. That's the problem. They want to do the video first to get to know us, and they're doing that. And so as soon as they do that, and then get to know us a little bit, we're ready to make it all happen.
Sweet. Yeah. All right. Any other questions, party people?
I think we should have a bonus for larger sales, for sales teams, like people that do it professionally right now that are salespeople, and we can get those salespeople to sell for us. They're going to want to look at big numbers, and to have some sort of bonus to attract professional sales teams, that would be a good option.
Yeah, I think we can approve 5% initial bonus.
Yeah, I think that would be good.
Over 10,000.
Usually with webinars, you have an ask. You know, you share a lot of free information freely, and then you have the ask of the webinar, and you want them like, hey, make a one-time or subscribe for a monthly payment towards the currency that you get shares at the time, and then you can basically say, or you can do an annual contribution. You get 50% off. You know, like start to motivate. Start with just make a down payment. Put down an amount, you get currency, and then you can also have, would you like to be a sales rep and join this opportunity, and you put a down payment into the training or whatnot. So we're hiring a lot of sales reps and with a down payment toward the training cost of them getting trained opportunity, and then there's monthly contributions to the currency, and then it's like also you can do an annual contribution discount, and then people are like, oh shit, why don't I do an annual subscription amount, like, you know, 12 months worth, you know, 25% off. You get those rates and those motivating factors, like how much commission or whatever, like all by Saturday, and then we all promote it for a while.
Yeah. That seems a little complicated. Like, Dakota, let me just ask real quick. Why not pay people their 20% or their 35%, whatever, you know, time that they get in all at the same time and just be done with it?
I think that's too much. I'd be willing to do 20%.
20%, yeah. So you'd be willing to pay them 20% right after the sale?
Right
Not
after all of it. Yes.
Yeah, okay. All right. Perfect. Yeah. Because you were saying like if you sell 10,000 and that was a $2,000 thing that you would pay them like $400 or $900 a month for the next few months.
If
But
they-
you would pay them all out at the same time?
What? But yeah, we would just do that all at the same time, and they don't need to keep playing in the Earth Nation.
Perfect.
So 35% is for people that like are our members that we're like working with and living with, and we're giving them more money because we want them to be supported while they support us. But if it's just like sales, motherfucker, 20% flat, you're in, you're out. You're
Perfect. Perfect. All right. And then do we make any override on that?
What?
Do we make any override on the sales people?
Like if you bring in a salesperson?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't see why we couldn't do like 5%. So it would be 25%, and 20% goes to them, 5% goes to you.
Perfect. Yeah. Let's work that out. All right. Because then, yeah, it's more of an incentive to bring in a hot salesperson. All right. Cool.
for cash deals. Yes.
Did they get cash or cryptocurrency?
Everyone gets paid cash.
Credit card, right?
Cash.
Cash your credit card, right? What is it, PayPal?
Yeah, PayPal, credit. We take cryptocurrency. We take Bitcoin. Whatever.
Yeah. You know, that's a huge market, guys. Bitcoin, people want to spend all their coins that they're making right now. So that's great that you accept that, because
We should do a Bitcoin to Keys campaign.
yeah.
Just that exact market specifically.
Yeah.
Like show how easy it is.
Yeah.
And what does Keys get you that Bitcoin doesn't? You know, just easily lay it out.
Yeah. Good idea, Brandon.
And then also when I'm going to be going through a program coaching course to start a business account that's going to earn equity or earn credit that I can then get a card. And there's a few spots open at a lower price, but right now it's $200 a month to do the course, and it takes 3 to 6 months. So I'm getting in at a deal right now, and I'm going to see how many openings I can get people in at a lower price. But that's basically the initial coaching fee each month to get in to build the credit, the business credit. And then you start out with about, I think it was $2,500 charge on the card for like a finder's fee for them setting up, depending on how much they get you. But that's like if you were to get 50,000. And then I think you have to pay, it was something like for the $50,000, it was like $75 a month is your minimum payment towards the charges. I think it's something like 4% has to be paid on it. So instead of getting like a $50,000 loan, you're really only paying on the percentage of what you have charged on it. But because it's a business credit line, you basically get a lower rate.
Cool. Let's package that, and then along with John's stuff, we can. You're muted, John.
Yeah, Brandon, let's you and I talk a little bit more about that. I'm pretty well versed in what you're talking about. I just need some more details, because I think you're a little unclear that it's not cash credit, it's vendor credit. But I'll help you clear it up. Okay.
Sure, we can talk about it.
And then we can turn it into a landing page and bring that to our whole collective. Also, as far as money making, Michael has brought to us a way for each of us to make between $2,000 and $3,000 a month by being on our computer a couple hours a day. And the way it works is you sign up at Bitcoin Talk, and you need to become known in their community by posting once a day. Once you've done that for a month or two, you qualify for bounties. And then there are all these new coins coming out that will pay you in their coins, like write articles, post on social media, do just stupid random shit anyone in the world. They'll pay. Like Michael has been making like $1 to $2,000 for like an hour or less of work, like every day. So there's a lot of really good bounties out there where we can like all make like a ton of this new currency and then convert that currency into keys and fucking be super abundant. Yeah. I'm testing that out right now, and exactly. I'll come out with a course on it, exactly how to do it after I've done it.
Yeah, do it.
All right.
I'm all over that.
And then John is a financial specialist. So if anyone has good credit, John can help you immediately pull out $100,000 to $250,000, just like what Brandon's talking about, but like right away.
What's good credit?
Like good credit.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a combination of a couple different things. One is obviously score, right? So you want to be over 700 in your score. You want to have low debt ratio, like on your revolving credit cards. You want to have a 35% or below debt ratio. And then you don't want to be having a lot of inquiries recently where you're shopping around for debt. But the cool thing is that I'm a credit analyst, so I can look at your credit and show you how to shift things around and remove things. I can repair credit. All the derogatory is gone. Inquiry is gone. We can add positive trade history, like I was teaching Keegan, if he's still in the room. We can add positive trade history to your credit, boost it up. That's why I wanted to see everyone's credit in the group, so that I can, pinpoint who the best is to build up real quick. And then we can use that one person to raise a bunch of capital, basically, grab it out of the system, bring it over to our side and invest in assets. Or we can invest in other people's credit. We can be helping everybody else do credit repair, rebuilding their credit, and getting credit lines. like one person can essentially fund, 5 others. And so we can all have our own little access to working capital that we can do whatever we want with.
Cool. I'd be willing to do that if you want to look at that with me. I used
100%, man.
super good credit, but went through the whole crash of the market. Maybe we can pick it back up.
Say that one more time. You were breaking up.
I used to have super good credit, but when I lost all my properties, it went south.
Yeah, no worries. I can help you get that repaired if you want, if it's advantageous to go ahead and repair and rebuild. So
It's creeping back into the normal, but I haven't even done any credit cards or nothing, no repairs. So I would assume if we did some repairs, it could shoot up there pretty quick.
oh yeah, definitely.
It's been a long time. Cool.
All right, cool guys.
Woo! We did it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's close out with an ohm with the intention of calling in more liquid abundance fuel for all of our creator manifestations,
For sure.
especially in the form of fiat currency. Give it to us, please.
Oh.
Thank you. You're breathing all the way out. Breathing in.
Awesome guys.
Time, family.
Good stuff. For sure.
Thanks, guys.
See you Tuesday.